channel, Double Stripe Racing, and this is your host, driver, and mental maniac at large, without the straitjacket. And just want to welcome you to my stream today. It's where I take all my cars from my garage on Forza 3. I put them up against the longest course in Forza 3, which takes place in Australia, called Goliath. It's long, and I'm just grabbing every car I have. I'm just racing them along that track from A to Z. Every single car I have, including sand rails, full race trucks, to econo beaters, and even the BMW Isetta. That's about as painful as I can get on that one. But I'm continuing now in the C's. The Camaro IROC Z in 1990. I actually remember when these cars came out. My brother had an 86 Camaro. It's a nice car. They're really reliable. Engine ran forever. So, if you want, just watch with me. I'm going to keep the stream at 2 cars each, so they're easier for me to upload to YouTube. And let's see how well I do. The cars are basically stock, except they're lower to the ground, and they have race brakes, race springs, and some, if they're a lot more powerful than what I'm used to, I add them all-wheel drive. So they're just easier for me to get around the track instead of doing donuts all day. They'll waste my time, it'll waste your time, it'll waste YouTube's valuable time. So just make it easier on everybody. I put all-wheel drive on a lot of my cars. This, however, isn't one of them, so let's see how well I do. Alright, before you start the race, you do want to do the XP buttons, for skills. You want to highlight the one that's on the upper left hand corner saying XP boost, and for 3 races it triples your XP points, and that adds up really quick, especially if the laps are more than 5, 10, or maybe 15, 25, or maybe even 50 laps. The points would just be multiplied that much more every lap, and it's up to a third of your total XP that you get, so that's huge. So if you could do that, please do. It really does help. Like I said, we're going to start off with the Camaro IROC Z, and if anybody's on the channel, say hello. Everybody likes watching what I'm doing, say hi. And if anybody has any suggestions, pass them along. I'll be more than happy to listen. Alright, let's see. What we do is we go here to the Goliath Trail, and we pick Exhibition. We go to the 3rd choice. It's DonJoeWon Song's Goliath race, and it's anything goes, and that opens up your page for your garage to all the cars that you have. They're the ones you used to, they're the ones you built, they're the ones you tinker with, and no reason why you can't race with yours instead of regular ones Forza would give you. So that's what I do anyway. Alright, well, looks like there's an AMC machine there. Looks like a Morgan 3-wheeler. A new BMW. Alright, this ought to be pretty interesting. Alright, I am writing down all these times that I'm doing. So, let's just see how well I do in this. What I do is I take these cars cold, and each of the ones I don't drive, I just go right down the list. And I just put them on the track, see how well I do with them. Some I do better, some I do worse. So, hey, I'm just trying. I'm not a race professional. I don't race cars, I drive them. I usually drive trucks. See that? There you go, there you go. Alright, come on, come on. What a way to start the day, huh? Already screwed up. It's alright. I should be able to catch up to him again. As I said, my brother Mike had an 86 Camaro. It wasn't the Super Sport. The thing is, the RS, it only had the V6 in it, but that V6 engine, that Camaro, that thing ran forever. It really ran good, and the car looked good for a lot of years. Unfortunately, he lived over by a refinery, and a lot of the dust and particulates that came out of the refinery got all over the car, so he had to have it repainted once. I think that was back in 88 or 89. But the car ran for a good 200-some-odd-thousand miles. I was really surprised. I think that was one of Chevy's good cars. They actually got out really well. Yeah, I wouldn't mind one myself. I mean, there's a 2+2. It's, you know, 2 front seat passengers, 2 rear seat passengers. Couldn't get 5 people in there. You know, it'd be rather painful. Oh, bunk. Sorry about that. Scared that Aussie, I think that's a Ford Falcon in front of me. The Toyota AE86. Like I said, this little project I'm doing, I got my own Patreon page started, got my own YouTube channel started, my own Mixer channel started, just to get viewers, get people that want to donate to the cause. And if you enjoy the stream, go to my Patreon page. It's on Mixer. There's a link to it. There's also a link to my Facebook page. So, if you feel my work's worth it, and you like my videos, just drop. It could be as little as $1. Just a comment is fine, you know. Go and drop $1. Hey, that'll get me free from eating ramen noodles every night. So, you know, just let me know. Meanwhile, we'll continue on this course here in the upper part of Goliath right now in the rainforest area. The turns are usually a lot tighter here. You do have to be careful. This is where I usually, but you still have to be careful with a lower powered car like this one is. It's not all 800 horsepower from the factory, but look out, it's gonna be bad. I thought I was stuck, but yeah, that everybody. There's our. But hey, that's going to go on the video. That's great fun on the channel. You get to watch the host screw up, you can point, laugh, giggle, make fun of, put me in the corner. Why not? And it just shows us there are some people that are better than you at racing. There are some people that are a lot worse. And usually I'm more of the lot worse part. Now here in America, if you're from Australia or Great Britain, they always had the Camaro versus Mustang show-offs every year between the manufacturers. Yeah, the Mustang always go up against Camaro in races and magazine reviews and see who's better, see who's worse, and it was always a back and forth fight, even through the 70s, up until like about 1980, 1982, when the Mustang brought out their GT again. That was a limited edition model. It had both the 302 Ford V8 engine in it with the 4-speed, but that was only a pace car. That was maybe 2,000 made of that year, and that was went down to V8 engine 55. It's gonna be rough. Boy. Like I was saying, smaller engine up until 82 when Mustang brought out the 302 again. The 5-liter, all through the 80s, that was called the Fox body style. And that's what really put Mustang on the planet again after the dreadful 70s with the Mustang 2. Mustang 2 itself wasn't a bad car. I actually liked them, but hardly anybody else did, so that's what made it like the kind of like the mockery of the Mustang family. But it's still a Mustang, so don't ever discount it. I mean, you see a nice one these days, they're worth a little bit of money, but I think the Fox body Mustangs are usually a lot better. You know, a lot better quality, better performing, better handling. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. You can take that with a piece of salt if you want. Now this car has been basically untouched, except like I said earlier, I didn't even touch the transmission or barely the engine, so the fourth gear is the highway gear, and the revs really drop low on it. What I'm amazed is pulling 134 mile an hour in fourth gear. Normally you would get about 90 out of fourth gear if you're here in the real world. As you probably see on the map up there, that guy in first place is way ahead of me, so it's probably in the next state by then. It's not a bad car. This Camaro is actually a really good car. It's just I screwed up back there in the rainforest and lost all my positions and everything, so just trying to get back up to it. So it happens, it happens. Usually if I want to modify a car for racing, I'll even put the race transmission in it where you get 6 gears. But like I said, I barely touched this one. I didn't even take it on a track before, so that's what I usually do to all my cars. Put better tires, brakes, and suspension on them, and that's it. But I'm not really good at tuning cars. That's why I usually go to the tuning tab on updates and or upgrades, and usually the guys that know how to do that, I just pay them the money to do it, so it's a win-win all around. But if later on you're watching this on YouTube, you want to tell me about the cars that you've had, like the Mustangs or this, oh boy, yeah, I goofed up again, how about that? See, I thought this car would take that corner a bit better than it did. And I'm back in last place again. Oh, this car does not turn whatsoever. Wow. It's supposed to be a performance car? Yeah, it just doesn't turn that well. Maybe just the driver driving it's a moron. I don't know. News at 11. Yeah, let's see if I can catch up from here. If I do, like I said before in one of my other videos, I'll take a bite of my hat. And I'm sure my daughter will bring me my hat as well. So that's only if I win on this one. But 2 big screw-ups in a race, I don't know if I could recover from that one. Yeah, like I was saying before, I was very rudely interrupted by my screw-up, saying, what kind of cars did you have? Did anybody have a Camaro or a Mustang? Chime in if you're watching on YouTube later on. After the channel has gotten a chance to grow a lot bigger, I like to hear what everybody says. But until then, I'm just going to concentrate on trying to win a couple positions back in the race that I goofed up, so. Sorry, Mr. Falcon. Didn't mean banging your tailgate like that. Sorry about that. Just trying to do a good race, that's all. I think that's a Tirana in front of me. I'm not sure. It's one of the Aussie hot rods. Kind of looks like a Chevelle to me, yeah, that we would get in America here. Yeah, so I see a little bit of traffic ahead of me. Yeah, I got the trash man. There you go. I said the Australian cars on this game are really beautiful. I like how they did them. I really do. Wish we had some of their cars up here. We did actually, through Pontiac. And that Morgan 3-wheeler looked really neat. I like that. Looks like maybe a Lotus Esprit in front of me. I wonder if that's my escort at number 4, the Cosworth. Well, it certainly looks like it. Yeah, maybe that or maybe a Capri. Yep. We shall soon see. When I see the standings, I'll be able to see the cars a lot better. There's the Amex machine. Those are gorgeous cars. They only made them for 1 year, I think. 1970. I think that car is actually based off the Ambassador. The same AMC model. Doing some plant renovations. Yeah, I know, bad joke. Yeah, that guy's so far up. Yeah, number 1 position so far out ahead of me. I can't even see him on the map hardly. do. You gotta stay out of the surf. If you don't, the surf will pull your car in towards the ocean. It'll mess up your racing line and might cost you the match, actually. So like I said, do your best. Stay out of the surf if at all possible. I'm just trying to help. Because believe me, it's done that to me quite a couple times. I wasn't able to recover, so... Like I was saying before, it's not the car's fault they only got 17 minutes on the drive. Give somebody that knows what they're doing. I guarantee you'll knock at least 1 or 2 minutes off. I got second place. I'll take that. That's fine. Fine by me. 17:39, 1:59. Okay, let me just get my points taken care of, then we'll go down to the next car, the Camaro Z28 1969. The legend itself. Now, it says here the best lap for that Camaro, the way it sits, is 17:31. However, I did mess up, and I was 8 seconds back. So, like I said, that was the screw-ups on my part. But don't let that time scare you off the Camaro. It's a very good car. You just gotta work with it more, so I'd be more comfortable with it. So let's count all the points we get. Hopefully it's worth it. Eh, 94,000, not bad. I'll take it. That's about usually what I get. And that perk bonus, that is actually a third of all the XP points you get. That's very important to do. If you have that to use it, please do. Getting a sip of iced tea right here. My wife makes it for me every day. I love it. Yeah, I'm spoiled. I believe it. She's the one that actually bought me the Xbox because my old one, my 360, died of old age and fell apart. Oh yes, I will gladly take that Ferrari. California tea. Now I got $5 grand. How cheap. Come on. Usually the wheel will either cheapen you out or will give you a car. It's one or the other. It always happens. Alright, my current recording is going at 23 minutes right now. We'll bring out the next car. As long as I keep it around half hour, 45 minutes, I'll be fine. So what you want to do, before you always make a race, you always go to progress. Right here, go to skill shop, click that, go to skills, and follow the cursor up to the left to this top one. You click on this one, it'll give you 3 races for 10 points. And for those 3 races, you get triple skill XP. And like I said, that adds up to almost a third of your total XP. And that does help, believe it or not. And if I get more cash, or use a Horizon car that boosts your cash, I'll use that one, so that will double the credits from the next race, I can't do both, it will wipe out all my points. So I'm just using them sparingly to the best of my advantage. So that's what you gotta do. So that'll help you out in the long run. Trust me on that. Alright. Now let's go here to set up entry. Set up event. Yeah, I could really talk today. What you do is go to exhibition. And that's one that I just created either last night or the day before. It's all the Horizon cars that I have in my garage. The Horizon Edition cars, and you could drive them. So that'll help you out either XP, drifting, damage, or top speed, or what have you. So you go here, so you go 1, 2, 3 to the right, and that's DonJoeWon Song's Goliath. 1 lap, and then goes. Click that, and it brings up your garage, just like I said. See, these are all my cars. They all mainly have the white leather tires on them when I could get them. And yes, I have raced all these cars on Goliath so far. They are all on video, all on YouTube. And yes, I even raced some of these BMWs, including this one. I still have nightmares about driving that one. But hey, gotta give it some love. I actually drove that one all through the course. Took me 25 minutes to do it. Beautiful Buick Grand National GNX. Gorgeous car. As you can see, it's highly modified. The two Cadillacs, nice cars. Caterham, that thing is just like a ferret on crack on steroids. It's so quick. Two Corvettes, and this the Camaro I just got. I think I actually went in a wheel spin. So let's give this one a shot, shall we? Get another drink of iced tea. All this yapping is making my mouth dry out. And my mouth dries out, it sounds even weirder during video. I know you don't want that, so. Alright, let's see if I could raise this in better. It's a Porsche 928 there, it looks like. That's probably a download content car. Unfortunately, I can't afford any of the download content cars because I'm pretty much broke. But, hey, if anybody wants to send some cash my way, I'll get them. Or if I can get one in an auction house, I got almost 14 million, so I'll buy one in the auction house if I could. You know, I don't have the Porsche 918 yet, sadly. But I have driven them, just not on here. My very good friend is over at the airport. Now, if you noticed, I did have the chance to paint the Camaro factory color when it came out. It's the really dark evergreen green paint that they had in 69 and 70. I just love this color. Because my mom had a Pontiac Le Mans. It was another GM product. You know, GM, Pontiac, and Chevy. Oldsmobile and Buick, they're all under GM. They all had the same colors, basically. My mom's Le Mans was this color. It was a nice car. She had it for 10 years and traded in on a Mustang. The rest is history. What I actually like doing here on this upper part, approaching and inside the rainforest, is I don't, you know, go all hog wild with the acceleration and everything. I just try and keep it down to a more manageable limit. Then later on, after I get out of here, when you could actually open up the acceleration on the cars, that's when I really start hauling. So, and like I said, this car, along all the other ones I had, just has better tires, brakes, and suspension on them. I don't think I touched the transmission on this. I think it's the first time I ever drove this, so it's not bad. I mean, I like the car. I like them in real life too, so I like a lot of muscle cars. I like everything about cars. I don't really have a preference for those cars, but I'm not going to get a Yugo. I'm sorry. I just can't see myself in buying one of them. But you go to car shows, there's something about every car I like. And if the owner's right there, I'll say, hey, nice car, I appreciate all the work they've done to it. And they usually appreciate, you know, the kind thought, you know, kind words. Because, hey, it's what makes it worth it. Honda's making this little convertible Honda in front of me. I think it's a convertible Honda. It might be the Tiger. Sunbeam Tiger. It's making a habit of just being in my way. I think I could pass him now. I think that's Porsche 928 or 944 in front of me. I'll double check that. I'll be able to see if I see the front. Wow. How's that for a pass? Come on, Skunk, get back on the road. You do this. I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that, Mr. Chevy. This might hurt. Yeah, it did. With this channel, I bet you could pretty much guarantee there's going to be a screw up every race. And they're not intentional, believe me. I am trying to race these the best I could do, the best of my ability. But I do have the racing ability to come in houseplant, so I'm working on rosebush right now, but I'm still a shrub. Yep, this car's only 4-speed. I didn't touch transmission. I didn't put a race transmission in it. With 6 gears, it only has the 4. I think that was a Corvette I just passed. No, it's a Jaguar, I believe. The 68 or 70 Jag. I think that's called the E-Type. Just readjusting myself in the chair here. I know I shouldn't do that at 135 miles an hour, but sorry about that. At least this time I didn't go off the hillside, before the guardrail, and I majorly embarrassed myself. I'll embarrass myself more than I usually do. It's this upper part right here before the city. You gotta be careful. These turns get really tight, and they actually fool you by how tight they are. And what happens is you'll overcompensate, slide off into the trees on the left on the upper hill, or off the hill off the side on the right, like right here. What is that next to me? A Audi? A Volvo. I think that's the Audi Avant, the wagon. Those are usually very fast cars, and they're all-wheel drive. Can't believe I'm in first place. That'll change real soon, I can guarantee you. See? Like I said. I think these cars are actually running a little bit rich. Every time I upshift or downshift, see the flames coming out of the tailpipes. Must be the fuel dumping into the exhaust. Like that. Or maybe they just figure it looks cool to keep everybody else happy. Like, oh look, my car's spitting flames. It's a pretty good drift. But like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm not even really good at drifting. I'm just driving with both hands and trying to hold on for dear life. Man, that 55 Chevy is fast.